So yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've lost 55 pounds in the last 2 years. I try to exercise. Yeah, man, try to exercise, 3 days a week. What works
Yeah.
for me is intermittent fasting and keto.
Mhm.
Although I gotta say, around the holidays, the keto can sometimes go out the door.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at trying to stay to that program, not during the holidays. And so just really focus on my body. A healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I have faith. I'm a Christian man. I'm very involved in my church. I teach Sunday school. I love my church communities,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to have a higher power. You need to have a higher power to guide you. If
Yeah.
you don't know what your higher power is, then it's probably money, sex, or drugs. Something really bad. So you might
Mhm.
as well look into a higher power that's positive and good and has a positive influence on your life.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I am your host, Hugh Edmonds. I'm so happy to be in front of you today. We have another guest that we're going to pick through their lens. We're going to see things from their perspective. They're going to let us know what it is that they do in real estate. And so, listen, he is a market expert. And so I cannot wait for this gentleman to tell you exactly what he does. And I'm just going to let him dive in. So what I'm going to do is introduce you guys to Mr. Aaron Fragnito. How did I do with that last name? Fragnito?
Nailed it, bro. You nailed it. Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. So Mr. Aaron, how are you feeling today, man?
Doing well, Quentin. Doing well. We had our holiday lunch here with the staff. Very nice time celebrating another successful year here at PCG and
Yeah.
some new additional members to the team. And we're buying an $18 million building in Newark. So I'm juggling multiple balls while riding a unicycle right now.
I hear you, man. I hear you. That's a great description. That lets me know that you got your hands full. So I hear you very clearly, man. So listen, I want to dive in. I want you to tell people what your main focus is these days. If you want to give us a little bit of origin story of how you got into real estate, we love origin stories. And then also, man, I think you may have mentioned it. But if not, tell us what market you're operating in as well.
Sure. So as far as the origin story, well, I read a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, graduating college, 2009. Actually 2000 was 2009. Yeah, 2009. And man, it was a dismal economy. And I said, I want to get into real estate, but I didn't know anything about it. I was a broke college kid. So I got a degree in entrepreneurship at Rowan University. Actually, I recently went back and wrote a course called Real Estate Entrepreneurship there. Wrote and taught that. That was interesting. But
Mhm.
at the time, it was not a lot of opportunities. So I actually moved out to Steamboat Springs, Colorado for 6 months. I taught kids
Hmm.
how to ski, and I read more real estate books, and I learned all about real estate investing. And I made a list, and I said at the top of the list, in 10 years, I want to have a net worth of $1 million and the passive income of $100,000. kind of worked my way down from that goal and said, I need to learn the industry, save money, make connections. And I said, okay, I'll get started as a realtor.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
So I moved back to New Jersey and became a realtor. Made about $500 my first 6 months. Like, you would list a home, no one would call. It was a dismal market. So I was forced to learn short sales and REOs, bank-owned properties, right? So I started to learn short sales. I teamed up with a short sale negotiating company and started figuring out how to get short sale listings. A lot of realtors didn't know how to do it at the time, and I had figured out how to do it. And I would go to real estate networking groups, and I would meet buyers, investors, and I'd say, hey, I have these short sale deals. I'm going to list the property at like a pretty attractive price. You come in, you write up an offer, and we'll submit it to the bank. And the bank's going to appraise the property and accept about 90% of that appraisal value. They either accept your offer or they're going to counter it, or, you know what? And if you don't accept, well, at least we know what number the bank wants. It takes like 6 months, and I could bring in another buyer from the open market. So these investors would get great deals through me. I'd be able to eliminate the debt that the seller had to the bank and let them move out. We would get move out funds for the seller. So it was a win-win for everyone. And the bank insured these loans because they knew they were crap loans and got paid big insurance payouts anyway. That's a whole different podcast. So it was a win-win for everyone. I got my 6% commission because I represented the buyer and the seller. So started making money. I was selling these properties. I was learning short sales. I was meeting investors. I started speaking at different real estate networking groups. And then I met my business partner, Seth Martinez. We both had similar goals in real estate, but we had different skill sets. Seth had sold a medical billing company. He was very liquid. I was a struggling realtor, but I had deal flow. I had good deals coming in, and I loved public speaking, marketing, branding, and sales. And I was pretty good at raising money and making relationships with people. Part of raising capital is the know, like, and trust. And I was good at working with people. And Seth was very good at operations, managing the analytical side of the business, making sure the trains run on time, as we say, the projects are done on time, and so on, and managing the people within the business. So our skills complemented one another. I really had no interest in operations, and he had no interest in getting on stage and raising money. So we teamed up. We put a telephone pole. I put a "We Buy Houses" sign. I would staple these to telephone poles in the hot sun, and they say "We Buy Houses." Those used to work really well. And we bought a 6-family for $220,000, put about $60,000 into it, refinanced all our money back out, and the light bulb went off. We said, hey, we can buy, renovate, lease up, and refinance these buildings. Also known as the B.R.R.R strategy. Now there's a cool acronym for it. We were doing it before there was. So you don't need the acronym to do it. You could just do it. Yeah. But then we bought a number of properties and started running out of money. We're like, if we want to really do a lot of these, we actually need to raise capital. So then started the New Jersey Real Estate Networking Group, hired and fired a few management companies, realized we really need to bring property management in-house to effectively reposition these assets. We did that around 50 units. And that was tough. That was a lot of work. We're still always improving our management systems to today. And just kind of grew from there. Now we have 113 investors, about an 83% reinvestment rate. Seth and I have completed about 300 transactions in New Jersey. The in-house property management company employs a number of people, and we're buying an $18.5 million building in Newark right now. We have about 33 investors signed up for that one so far.
Man. So, man, like I said, give me the backstory. I mean, you didn't really tell me how you. No, I'm just messing around. That was incredible. Man. I'm just messing. That was.
Fast forward through the middle part. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't.
I'm messing. That was incredible. I love stories, and as you was telling, I mean, just pictures was going off in my mind. So incredible story. Thank you for showing us, walking us through your beginning to where you are now, to how you met your business partner, Steph Martinez. I really enjoyed you just walking us down, and walking us up to what you do.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
I want to pick your brain, Aaron, a little bit about not strategies. Strategies. I said that word right. I'll ask a question. I would love if you could answer it two ways. What are some core business strategies that you have, but what are also some core personal strategies that you've put in place that have helped you be successful? I know some people do cold plunges, some people do, hiking. Like, so are there personal core personal strategies and core business strategies that has really helped you succeed in life?
Sure, sure. I'm started reading the book Atomic Habits, very popular one.
That's my book. Hey,
Listen to the podcast.
I mention that book every podcast, man. Yes, yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
And building a habit on top of a habit,
sir.
So yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I've lost 55 pounds in the last 2 years. I try to exercise. Yeah, man. Try to exercise, 3 days a week. What works
Yeah.
for me is intermittent fasting and keto.
Hmm.
Although I gotta say, around the holidays, the keto can sometimes go out the door.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty good at trying to stay to that program, not during the holidays. And so, just really focus on my body. A healthy body equals a healthy mind.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I have faith. I'm a Christian man. I'm very involved in my church. I teach Sunday school. I love my church communities,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to have a higher power. You need to have a higher power to guide you. If
Yeah.
you don't know what your higher power is, then it's probably money, sex, or drugs. Something really bad. So you might as
Mhm.
well look into a higher power that's positive and good and has a positive influence on your life. Um, in addition to that, I really try to have a work-life balance. I'd say when I was younger, I didn't have that, but I have a 4-year-old son. My main priority is being a great father. And to be a good father, you need to provide and be a successful businessman, but also be relevant, make time for your family, make time to have those moments. My son's not going to be 4 years old forever, and I don't want to work 24/7 and miss these moments with him. So having that balance is important, and being able to focus on your business when it's business time and focus on your family or your church community or whatever the time is, focus on that at that moment. And when you have that balance, then when Monday morning comes, you're ready to crush it, because you've had that time with your family, because you've had that time with your church, because you've had that time with your higher power, your spouse, that now you're refreshed and ready to rock. Otherwise, man, you're just burned on E all the time, and no one wants to deal with someone on E.
No, man, that's one of my favorite questions to ask because I always, is a privilege to get to peek through the lens of people of like what grounds them, right? Like, we're in the grind, we're doing business, but apart from that, what really grounds you? And Atomic Habits is one of my favorite books. I'm probably on my third read now. I am focusing on just being 1% better every day, habit stacking. Like you, my birthday was Tuesday. Started back in the gym. I've lost not now. I'm make sure I say this right. During the course of my life, I've lost over 100 pounds twice. And so like I'm
Wow.
now, yeah, I know, right? But mindset, like, I would lose the weight, then go back to a bad mindset, lose the weight, then go back to a bad mindset. And like now I'm in that great mindset once again. I'm losing weight. So, when you say you lost 55 pounds, that's incredible. And also when you say faith, man, that's a big part of my life. And I always say, when I do my self care, when I'm really focusing on myself, I like to keep it holy, healthy, and honest. If there's anything
Mhm.
that I am seeing that's going to benefit me, it got to fall in the line of being holy, healthy, and honest. And I know some people
Yeah.
holy, that's a big word, but this means sacred, right? It got to be set apart. It got to be special. It got to be set apart. It got to be healthy, and it got to be honest. And so many of
Yeah.
the things that you said just really resonated with me. And that's kind of like why I went on that rant, because I want to let you know that.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
What you said really stuck. It really was a punch when you said it. Like, yeah, I really understand what he means. Yeah.
Thanks, Quinn. No, and absolutely. And if you put God first, I mean, everything kind of flows down from that. Then you start really caring about your body and what you're putting in your body and how you're exercising and working this temple that God gave us, how you treat
Hmm.
others, what you do
Hmm.
behind closed doors. And like it all trickles down from putting God first, your
Hmm.
relationship with your spouse, with your children, so you really have to prioritize that. And then I found that I've really grown in my faith in the last 2 years, especially. I'd say I was a kind of like a lukewarm Christian for many years, and then
Gotcha.
really have leaned into it more recently. And God's been working in my life in tremendous ways.
Mm,
So,
mm.
uh, holy is not a big word. We're all holy on the inside. We just have to tap into that, and kind of go back to our maker, and realize, hey, we were created holy. He does know every hair on our head, and just accept that love. And if you can, then you do start living a different life. It's not perfect. No one's perfect, right? But it's kind of it's a man. It changes you. It really does.
Yes, sir. I couldn't agree anymore, man. Very, very well said. So let me ask you, what is the next real goal for you? Are you looking to scale or solve something? Like, what's the next goal for you?
Well, yeah, absolutely. We're always going to scale. Right now, we're kind of on the precipice of, I think, hitting it big. We are in talks with different institutional groups that are considering $25 million allocations. A lot of them are saying, hey, buy your next big Class A building, come back to us, and we'll allocate that 25 million. We want to see you execute on a larger scale with properties. We also are in touch with different broker dealers, equity placement companies, family offices, that have access to large scale investments as well, and no other very wealthy family office they can introduce us to also. So we're starting to work with them and operate with integrity with their capital. And then some of those doors are really going to open to additional, very ultra high net worth relationships that will
Yeah.
expand our capital raising capabilities tremendously. Um, and then additionally, we're starting to hire more people on the management side, buy bigger properties, source great deals that we're finding in this interesting market right now. So I think our goal is to really always double every year, the size of the properties we're buying, the amount of real estate we're acquiring, the amount of capital raising, and kind of maintain that 50% growth every year. And so far, we have been able to do that, but it has been hard this year because a lot of the deals were close, but just didn't work out. And now it looks like this one we're moving on is going to work out. It'll close beginning of 26, but it'll be a big one for us. It'll be great.
Got you. Got you. Now, I wish you the best, and there's no doubt you're going to hit your goals, because I believe you have all the things in place to do it. So that doubling every year, you said you've been able to do it. You're going to continue to do it. Now, I do want to pick your brain a little bit about relationships, because I heard you mention the word. I know you mentioned your partner, Seth Martinez. Listen, you're a Sunday school teacher, so you got to talk to people, right? So I just want to know, what's your
Right.
perspective on relationship building? Has it impacted you in a positive way? Do you feel like it's important to have these relationships, business relationships? Like, give me your perspective on relationship building.
I mean, relationships are literally everything in this world. Think about whatever you have accomplished in business. Like, it didn't come from AI. It didn't come
Ah.
from, some material item. It came from a person, that
Mm,
big investor who wrote that $1.5 million check. That
mm, mm,
relationship came from a person. Maybe that person invited you to an event where you met that family office. For me, for example, we hired a coach and he said, hey, go to this event. We sponsored this event and we met this investor and we got a huge investment. So that all came from a person,
Mm,
right? Or whether it's you're hiring someone, right? You're talking to people. These people can help leverage your time.
yeah.
Even like my underwriter who's super sharp, he was referred to me by another realtor I know. So it's all about who you know. What you know helps, but really it's about who you know. And people want to do business with who they know, like, and trust. And if you
Huh?
can build that rapport and build those relationships with people and be consistent with them, have kind of a consistent brand message, not constantly jumping around. Oh, I'm doing this now, I'm doing that now, but be like, hey, this is the guy that buys apartment buildings in New Jersey and like he's got the whole infrastructure in place. He's been doing it over a decade, and they keep seeing you. They keep seeing it. We have people that been on our email list for 4 or 5 years, and they've
Mm,
never invested once, and
mm,
now they're investing $1.8 million,
mm,
out of nowhere. Like my client relations manager just called him and like he's like, yeah, I got 1.8, I'm coming in. And we're like, what? This guy's never invested before with us, but he's been following us and opening those emails, for 4 or 5 years. And
mm.
so it just goes to show like all those people that are kind of just like following what you do, keep creating that content, keep putting out quality marketing materials, quality deals, consistency in your brand. And then people are going to react to it over time, but they have to be in the right place too. They have to be liquid or ready to buy or whatever the scenario is.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so well said. Listen, Mr. Aaron, is there anything that you want to say that we haven't said? Any kind of inspiration, education, motivation, anything that's on your heart or your brain that you feel like the listeners would benefit from?
Boy, we covered a lot here very quickly, Quentin. We went
Yeah.
from faith to
Right.
business to brand
Yeah.
consistency, right? A lot of
Yeah.
things here. Family and everything else. I would say, business speaking, I mean, consistency is key, and just to harp on that, like it really is important. I think today we are all guilty of the shiny object syndrome, especially
Yeah.
entrepreneurs. But with today, Instagram, whatever, all the social media, man, you can get dragged in a million places. I get people writing me on LinkedIn with a new opportunity every 6 hours. You got to focus on what you're doing and have those blinders up. Obviously be open to pivoting at certain times, but like don't just jump on every bandwagon, right? I can't tell you the amount of times I've been told that I need to open up to different markets because New
Mm,
Jersey doesn't have any opportunity. Or don't you know about the Carolinas or Phoenix or
mm,
Dallas, Fort Worth? I'm like, yeah, bro, I know. Everyone else does those markets. I get it. That's not what we do. We have a brand. We're consistent. People like the fact that, by the North Jersey, New York area, high earners here, they can come out to the properties. They see what's happening in downtown Newark, Jersey City, Bayonne. They get it. They understand these markets. They can go out and see and touch the properties. They can come to our office and meet us. There's a lot of value to that.
mm,
So stay the course, have a consistent brand. Don't just go the way that everyone else is going. And in time, people will understand your brand and be attracted to it because it's consistent. And if we look at the best brands, Coca-Cola, they've been doing the polar bear, in the snow for, 80 years, man. And we all know what a Coca-Cola is, we've all had one before. And, it's terrible for you, but man, they're in every single restaurant. You can order a Coca-Cola, and that's
yeah.
a consistent brand. And that's why it's a good brand. So be consistent and buy a Coke.
There you go. And we are not sponsored by Coke. However, Coke, if you want, but no, but no, so
I know.
eloquent. Right. Coke Zero
Yeah.
on my side. I do the Coke Zero. So,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
Coke's
yeah.
my favorite. Yeah.
Me
Yeah.
too, bro. Absolutely. Me too, man.
Those all day
Me
long.
too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But so eloquently said, man. Thank you. Consistency beats intensity any day. Consistency beats intensity any day. And bro, like you just said, you have people that's been in your email for 5 years, and it's because you was consistent. You ain't hit them over the head. Yeah, you had systems in place, but it was the consistency that got them to buy in. So I think that's a great message that you preached about consistency. So listen, Mr. Aaron, if someone wanted to reach out to you, connect with you, collaborate with you, learn more about what you're doing, how can they reach out to you, sir?
Sure. So our website is peoplescapitalgroup.com. And there we have ebooks and white papers and webinars. You can also put us into YouTube, People's Capital Group. I also have a podcast called the Passive Cash Flow Podcast. So we have about almost 200 episodes there on the podcast. So we're on Spotify, iTunes, all major platforms. That's the Passive Cash Flow Podcast. But our website's great. You can go through our track record there, our opportunities, our all the educational material we have. We don't sell education. Everything's free. We have blogs and webinars and videos and so on there. We have a return calculator. That's peoplescapitalgroup.com.
Well, there he is, Mr. Aaron, sir. I thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your story. You are an incredible storyteller. I absolutely love stories, so I like the way you deliver your content. And definitely thank you for your perspective. Thank you for the way you think. I think you have sprinkled enough nuggets that maybe will cause somebody to have a mind shift around something that they're facing today. And so, again, I thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks, Quentin. Appreciate it, my friend. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Well, listen, y'all heard Mr. Aaron. You got the content. I keep telling you, we're going to keep bringing up incredible people. So please make sure you are subscribed. That way you can continue to get this incredible content. Thank you, Mr. Aaron, and everyone else. We will see you on the next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.